All right, hey everybody. My name is Jacob, and I'm an English professor, and I'm developing a software company that solves problems. So, if that sounds like something you're interested in, sticking around because I'm trying to do daily videos to talk about the process. Okay, so right now I'm working on an app that is designed to be kind of like a thought system for neurodivergent thinkers. I have to pause every time I say it. Neurodivergent thinkers. I started out as being a notes app to be a great place where people can just like dump their ideas, take advantage of that cognitive offloading, and so that they have a trusted place that they can come back to when they need it, kind of based on Tiago Forte's second brain theory, right? This idea that, if I just have a secure, organized place that I can get to, I can do that and trust I can come back to it. But I want to think of this in the terms of someone who's neurodivergent, and it might have a lot of resistance to some of these traditional systems, right? And so I've been thinking about that, and I've been working on trying to polish this notes app. I was talking to someone today, and they were suggesting kind of building in some of the other things that other ADHD type apps have going on, like this person in particular, they're like, I really want to be able to show up to a place, and when I arrive there, my notes knows to remind me to do something that I'm supposed to do there. And that's super useful. That is something that exists. That's been done before. But it made me think, okay, maybe I should reevaluate, zoom out a little bit, and think about how to do this in the context of what I'm building. And so what I did is when I was able to sit down in my office, I did two things. I opened up ChatGPT to do some deep research, and I gave it a prompt, which I'll just share that prompt with you. No, it's not on this page. What is the prompt? Okay, to follow up with the report, which I did some deep research yesterday. To follow up on the report on designing a neurodivergent note-taking app, I'm interested in learning more about what a complete thought system for neurodivergent thinkers might look like. For example, in addition to providing a robust and research-based notes app experience, which is what I've been designing, how could I incorporate reminders, task management, motivation, organization, etc., into the app so that users have a trusted source to help them offload thinking and access it when they need it? That's kind of the goal for what I'm working towards. What would a research-based version of this type of application look like? So I'm asking for research. What has been done in this holistic sort of approach before? What might be appropriate names? And that's something I'm interested in too. What would the UI and UX experience be like? What might be the best way to help users navigate their ideas, tasks, calendar, etc.? So it thought for 8 minutes. It came up with 39 citations, did 333 searches. And then it produced a report called Designing a Research-Based Thought System for Neurodivergent Thinkers. So I went through that system, and it came up with some really good ideas. This is kind of the workflow that it suggested, which has been my biggest concern in this whole process is, what is the experience going to be like? What would it take for me to give up using an app that I use like Notion to fully commit to using this instead? And, I'm trying to solve a problem, but, I want to make an app that I would use too, that I would benefit from. So this is what it kind of suggested is start with some sort of place to capture information. And it doesn't have to be specific for the kind of product you're capturing. So for example, what it suggests, and I really like this idea, was like, okay, just kind of have an open space where you could drop information in. This could be a note, this could be taking dictation, this could take a picture, whatever. This could be a calendar item, this could be a to-do item, this could be just something that's on the top of your head, this could be whatever, right? And then as you come back, as you loop back to this, have some time where you can clarify what this is that you took. Maybe this could be done at the same time, maybe this can be done later, but be able to take this and move it to where it makes sense in the category. So like, okay, that was a note, let's move it over here. That was something that needs to go on my calendar, move it over here. This is something I need to make sure that I do, let's move it over here. And I really love the idea of this workflow of like, I need a place that I can just drop information from my brain so I don't have to keep it up here constantly. And I want to remember this before I forget it. And I don't have to stop to think about what this is first, because I know the system is going to provide me the structure to organize it later if I can't do it now. I really, really like that idea. And I think it'll be helpful for a lot of people. Then the next thing that the app was suggesting is how to kind of present these support systems. So what I think I want to do is have a robust note-taking side of the app that can be the second brain of sorts, but also as an extension of this, robust to-do, robust calendar, all in the same place. So I can dump the information, I can move it where it needs to go, and it's aware of all the things. The calendar is aware of what you've been thinking of. Your to-do is aware of what else is on your schedule and what you've been thinking about. And this is where we can kind of connect things. So in the background, in addition to be able to kind of tag things and having some control over how the app organizes information, I can pull AI into this, used locally, to help do some thinking to support everything that's happening. And then, apply some of the research, the best practices for like how this looks, how many sort of notifications. Do we want to be really gentle with our nudges and things like that? And I think this is really starting to make a lot of sense to me. So what do you think? Does this sound like something that this would be useful? If you have any recommendations for this app, I'd love to hear it. As much as I'm trying to get as much feedback as possible, I'd really benefit from anyone has good ideas out there. I'm thinking about this, whether you're neurodivergent or not, this could be a really useful system. And that's, I think, leading up for a good product. I'm also trying to find a good name for this. I don't want to share what I'm coming up with yet, but if you have a good name, I'd love to hear it. All right, that's it for now. I got to go teach a class, but hey, thanks for watching this, and I'll post another video tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.